Well, hello, whiskey neighbors. John, your whiskey neighbor here. Welcome to my deck in this fall October Saturday. You can hear the sounds of fall because someone's using a leaf blower, and I still don't have my mic working, so I'll try to talk loud. Today is a special day for us here in Alberta. Alberta Premium from Alberta distillers that are situated in Calgary put out their Cask Strength Alberta Premium and their 20-year-old. And today I'm going to open up and give you my first thoughts on what I'm sure is going to be a fantastic bottle. Well, as I said in the opener, today I'm going to be opening up Alberta Premium Cask Strength. I also said it'll be a fantastic bottle. I don't know, it may not be a fantastic bottle, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fantastic experience. Alberta Premium is, I think, actually well known internationally because I know Jim Murray, lots of love-hate out there for that fellow, but for a number of years he actually gave Alberta Premium the regular kind of Canada's best whiskey for a number of years, and he continues to give it high ratings. So I think people, even internationally, are familiar with this, bottle shape, this kind of decanter style, but not this release, because as far as I know, this Cask Strength is the first time Alberta Premium has decided to, put out a Cask Strength rye. So excited. Alberta Premium actually is quite well known also for making rye and then selling it to other people to bottle or age further and put in their blends. I know that they had a good relationship. I don't know if it's still going, but Masterson's is Alberta Premium rye, and Whistle Pig for many years would use Alberta Premium rye in their rye as well. I couldn't find more information about this. The regular Alberta Premium is spirit rye, 100%. That's aged for 5 years, or minimum 5 years. And what I understand it is they have some that's aged in ex-bourbon and some in new oak. They actually make their blend somewhere around the 4-year mark, put it back into casks, and then somewhere around 5 years they release it. And it's very affordable and a decent rye. This 65.1%, still 100% rye, Canadian rye whiskey, but I don't know the aging on it. I found lots of rumors online, lots of, I think it's twist, yeah, so I can't do a cork pop for you, but we've opened it. So there was no cork pop, it was a twist off, just like Alberta Premium always is. Let's see what it's like. I should let it sit for a little bit. I am semi-outside, being on the deck, so could take a little while for the aromas to build up. But right off the top, grabbed by really nice spiciness. Some caramel. Singes the nose a little bit, which you'd expect. It's 65.1%. There's going to be some alcohol in here. Yeah, but coming back again, that spiciness, from cinnamons, but what's deeper than that with some baking spices? Not a lot of fruit, but certainly vanilla caramel. Yeah, odd a little bit, like maybe a light fruit. Normally with rye, I tend to get, kind of some cherries and whatnot. I'm not really getting that here, but yeah, okay. No, there is a little bit of a light cherry in there. Bit of power suggestion there, but definitely interesting. You've seen, I'm putting my nose pretty far in it. I shouldn't really, but I've certainly enjoyed many cask strengths over the years, and this isn't a barky, angry nose by any means. Instead, it's a little bourbon-esque with its sweet, its caramel, and then just with that spice level, even peppery, already gone up quite a bit on the nose. Now that I've been nosing it for a little bit, actually, I would say that alcohol has even come down a bit, and I am quite impressed and quite interested to see what this cask strength release is going to taste like on the mouth. Now, of course, these are first thoughts. I've just opened this bottle. Please, this review is obviously tempered by my own excitement. Just keep that in mind. But first thoughts, nose, very interesting. Definitely enjoy it. See how it tastes. Cheers, Canadians. Well, everyone. But right now, I know this bottle is only out in Canada. What a lot of flavor. I took a small sip, which I would advise if you're drinking straight out of the cask. But this would encourage some of that sweetness, high sweetness, almost toffee. And right away, it lit up with like a red apple, cinnamon, pepper. There's a little bit of something else going on in here, like I don't want to say graham cracker, but some extra layer. It's quite alive on the tongue. Definitely says hello. This is a cask strength. Good amount of oak coming back in the early finish. Need another little sip. I went to talk and actually got that strong hug that came back pretty quick and quieted my voice. No, I don't want to say that. I'll come back to that. Really rich, really full. Actually, drinks. I know it's my first whiskey of the day. I said I had a warm-up whiskey. It drinks bold, but again, almost a little coating so that it works well from the nose through the palate. Now, what I held back in saying was I actually got a little bit of astringency, a little bit of bitterness, definitely on that second sip, on the sides, kind of near the back of my mouth a little bit. So there is a little bit of bitterness quality to this on first thoughts, but the nose, spicy. Now I'm getting more candied red fruit. Definitely a caramel or vanilla, like a high sweetness. Really like the nose, actually. It would pull me in. And across the palate. Continues that experience, but adds a really nice spice. And the oak does come out in the early part, like when you just swallowed, or now that's my third short sip. It's kind of present in the discussion with a little bit of that, fruit. So, I know I did a bad job opening this. They suggest things like chocolate, blackcurrant. I didn't get blackcurrant. If I was thinking of chocolate, for me, it would be more that edge of woodiness that you get. There is a little bit of woodiness in there. Otherwise, I wouldn't say I got those tasting notes exactly. But was I interested or disappointed with this cask strength? Actually, I really liked it. This is just my first thoughts. Here I am on the deck. I've been looking forward to it too long, but I was not disappointed with what this bottle offered me. Sits on the shelf. I think ZYN in Calgary has it for $53. I've seen it up to $63. I managed to get this in town, $59 including tax. Just did a quick search on Liquor Connect. So it's going to play somewhere around that $60 mark. You know, for $60, I'm going to recommend that you try this if you like big, bold, cask strength ryes. Especially the nose for me is actually significantly better than the regular Alberta Premium. The Alberta Premium for me is a little bit too gentle and a little bit almost, it feels like blended even though I know it's 100% rye. This, the alcohol, and maybe their selection, like I said, I've heard there could be, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 9-year-old in here. I really can't confirm those rumors, but this nose is quite nice. A little bourbon-esque for me, a little bit toward bourbon. But then it comes right around and goes, are you kidding me? I'm a rye. And absolutely, now that I'm just a hint of grass, a little more caramel, but some fruit, some spice. Oh, a little bit of orange there, just a little bit of orange or deep grapefruit maybe. Yeah, maybe grapefruit. Oh, I was done. Yeah, and Palate is quite spicy. Still getting a bit of that graham cracker, which is kind of odd for me. But and there it's still feeling like it's coated my mouth nicely. So that's it's a solid recommendation. Can I review it? Well, I'd like to come back and give it a star rating later, but just, first thoughts, puts it on the buy list. We're talking, 4.5 probably. Like it's really good. I don't have a lot of cask strength rye on the shelf right now. This is last year's Lot 40, the 11-year-old. It's bottled at 58.4%. So I thought, like, I've got a lot of cask strength Scotch right now and some bourbons, and I thought, well, no, I want to go 100% rye. Now, I believe Alberta Premium, they use column stills. Lot 40 quite famously uses column, but then pot to really create a selection of what they want in their rye. It's a little bit lower proof now. We're at, or percentage, we're at 58% or so instead of 65. So it's a little backed off, but let's see. This nose for me actually is a little more relaxed. It's got a little more fruit, a little more herb quality. You might get that as a fresh cut hay or dill. It's not dill for me today, but yeah, and the spiciness is actually pulled back. Let's stay with this. Yeah, and maybe because I've just been drinking 65, the 58 actually feels like I'm not getting none of the alcohol in the nose. I'd like to say this one's a little more complicated. The flavors, the oak, the spicing, I would almost take more time to try to pick apart. What am I getting in that? It's a little more almost musty. It's not musty, but it's got a little more of that leather, a little bit more the fruits, the rind, and the spice is really the full cabinet. Yeah. So this one, even though it's 100% rye, that one is, I don't want to say muted, but everything about it for me takes more time to get at, more time to unpack. It's delicious. I enjoy that a lot, but I always feel like I'm tasting a blend that I better figure out. Like, wait, new wood, old wood, what's going on? There's more to that in terms of layers. This is first thoughts. I've had not quite a bit, but I've certainly enjoyed the Lot 40 over time. This I just opened. This is much brighter. The nose can be described, you know, with those three things. We've got caramel, we've got spice, and a nice sweetness. Really, that's kind of okay on the palate. Echoes that, bold, clean, got some spice, little astringent on the back end that comes up even at the first part of the finish. You guys, thanks for joining me here, watching me open what I hope will be a classic must-buy for anybody who can see this cask strength on the shelves. Know my bias, Canadian, Albertan, love rye, love cask strength. So just please take my enthusiasm and back it off a bit, and that's probably where this whiskey deserves to be, but I'm enjoying it. You guys have a great Saturday.